Hi everyone. Today's video has 3 points and you're going to want to stick around because the third point is a secret as to the number one thing you should be doing if you're starting with email marketing. So today's topic is why an email list is essential for self-publishers. By the end of this video, you're going to know why exactly an email list is something you should definitely invest your time and money in. You're going to have the steps necessary to get started with your email list, and you're going to feel great knowing you're not leaving money and opportunities on the table like so many other self-publishers who are simply not making it. So, where to start? This is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com, where self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. Hit the subscribe button if you like this video and would like for me to make more videos like it. That's how you tell me as we're racing towards 2,000 subscribers. And check out below in the description and grab a copy of my absolutely free self-publishing secrets checklist to make sure that you are not skipping any of the secrets to winning at the self-publishing game. So, from my own story, when I first got started, I was following a whole series of videos and courses, and I followed books, and one thing became really clear in the self-publishing game. It's that email lists are the absolute best way to build readers and to build people who will leave reviews on your books. This combination is very powerful because whenever you come out with a new book, you can tell your audience you've got this new book on the market and invite them to check it out and let you know how they like it. And the thing is, these people already got on your email list because in your book, you had a little section that said, if you like this book, you will definitely want to check out this cheat sheet or this short story or this bio of one of the characters in your story in exchange for giving their email address. I do this all the time, both in terms of people joining my email list, piles of people on a daily basis, as well as joining other people's email lists in order to get their freebies. It's what we call permission-based marketing. It's because we're not marketing to people who do not wish to be marketed to. We're choosing an audience that likes our content, and in exchange for an email address, they're giving permission. You can contact me in exchange. I want to hear from you, and I want to see this free book, free report, free whatever it might be, a map, for example, Game of Thrones, or whatever it would be that we get if you subscribe to the list. So we're trying to motivate people, because normally they wouldn't say, well, yeah, sure, just add me on your email list so you can spam me. No, that's not how this works. We want to give them something of value, and then we want to make sure that the emails that we're sending are of value. And that's the reason why I tend to send my emails out about every 3 days. That gives kind of an update on different things that are going on and some different strategies that are very useful. And that's one of the reasons you would want to grab my free self-publishing checklist. That's exactly what we're doing, lead generation on this. But I'd heard that it was an incredibly powerful way of building readers. This works, by the way, in any product or service that you're selling. It's incredibly powerful, and especially for self-publishers, but underused. The second thing was, in my case, is I targeted too many audiences on the same email list. That's a huge mistake to make, because then when I send an email out to, let's say somebody's interested in intermittent fasting and the other person's interested in some story with elves, well, what am I going to say to these people? Because they got on there because they wanted to learn about puppy training, and now I'm telling him about how to do indoor gardening. And so it confuses our readers, and they unsubscribe, or worse, they mark us as spam. And this is a huge problem that many self-publishers have when you're attempting to hit multiple niches. And that's the reason I advise you to only stick to one niche. You're targeting a specific audience, they have a specific problem, and you're just going to keep on serving them until the audience is so enormous. At that point, we can then expand and reinvent ourselves in the process if we're tired of writing on that same niche. Otherwise, I would still recommend keep pounding away. Almost everyone I know regretted leaving the market that they initially started in because they would have done so much better, including one of my coaching clients recently. They were talking about, putting their first books on in terms of putting it on Kindle, and then maybe they wanted to do fulfillment by Amazon and maybe drop shipping and maybe other things, affiliate marketing. And the problem is that if you're doing too many things, it's a losing strategy. And Kindle books are by far the best way to get started with an online business. There's nothing that beats Kindle books. So and you're using the strategies I teach on this channel and implementing it to your sales pages and to your books in order to get these books to start rocketing forward in terms of the total number of sales that they're making. And this is something that all too many self-publishers are not paying attention to. But targeting a single audience was my next mistake that I made with my email list. The thing is many marked my email as spam because they signed up for the puppy training one, and before they know it, they're getting one on vegan cooking, and that's a bit of a problem. So I changed the strategy and started targeting just one audience at a time, and the end result was magnificent because what happened was I saw a huge increase in the interactions and sales I was making, and also in terms of the process of getting reviews and all of these sorts of things. Do you see? So emails played a key role for me when it came to generating all of these leads and building a huge list. One other thing is that you can then swap your list with other self-publishers who are in your same niche. They're writing the same kinds of books, and you could say, look, I will promote my audience. I'll go out to my audience and tell them your book that just came out, and you promote my books. And so by swapping lists, we're able to do it. But if you have no list, you simply cannot do this. And the open rates are massive on these lists. So why an email list is essential for self-publishers. Number one, it still has the best open rates and leads to more sales than any other marketing channel. When we're on email lists, my open rates, I think something like 20% or something. Whereas if I'm trying like a Facebook ad or a post on Facebook, it's going to get less than 1%, like less than even 0.5%. I think it was like 0.2% of the people who open it will actually, or will even see it or read it at all. So our emails, it's a lot more personal. Same goes with SMSs. They get even higher than emails, but it's a lot more difficult to get permission to go about doing SMS marketing, and you can burn people out with this one. So emails is a much safer way. And even if they don't open the emails on a regular basis, it doesn't really matter because over time, what happens is they will open it. And now anybody on my list, if you stay on my list for 6 months and don't open anything, I will remove you from the list. You can still join back again. I just clean the list because I need to ensure open rates are high. Since I'm not in the business of spamming people, I get permission to put somebody on my list in exchange for a checklist or something along those lines. And then once you're on my list, if you want to be off the list, you can click unsubscribe. And if you don't want to do that, well, then you have the very easy option of just doing nothing, because after 6 months, I'm going to boot you off my list. I need only people who are interested in doing this. And that's the thing. We're not talking about spamming people. We're talking about contacting people on a regular basis. And you want to make sure you're contacting at least once a month. One of the things they found with many of these things is that we contact too seldom. So I recommend doing weekly or twice a week. That is what I personally do, is twice a week. At one point, I was contacting people on a daily basis, and I was still getting interactions, and people were not complaining about it. You just train people to what exactly they can expect, and you have to understand they're not going to open every email that you send. So that's another key little bit of a tidbit that you're doing. The second tip for today is you own the list. This cannot be overstated. You can easily switch if your email marketing service that you're using to send your emails out suddenly doesn't want to send your emails for whatever reason. They should want to send them because we're not talking about spamming people or breaking any international law here. But if you do want to switch, you own the list. The same goes for your blog and all the traffic that comes from search engines to it. You own that, as opposed to a YouTube channel. They can, for whatever reason, take this channel down right now, or my podcast you might be listening to me on, but not the blog. You see, the blog and the email, they're the most stable areas of my entire content marketing strategy that I personally use. And the same goes for your email lists. They can take your books down, but then if they take it down, how will your audience find you? Well, you better be building an email list, because that email list, you can tell them when you come up with a new book in your same niche, and you own the list. Now, it's true in a sense, you don't own the list. Those people have given you permission, but you own those people who've given you permission. You see, not own the people, but you own the right to contact them. And in today's day and age, where the average person, as it's claimed, right, has a lower attention span than a goldfish of 8 seconds, attention is the commodity. It is the value that we have today. whether it's this YouTube channel or whether it's an email list or whether it's somebody who buys your book and reads it, if you're able to hold their attention, the value that is added is massive. People are willing to pay for this, right, to get in contact with these lists. And so I'm telling you that you definitely don't want to undervalue an email list. Don't think that just because sales on Amazon are going well that you're fine. No, if your Amazon shuts your account down for one reason or another, you want to be able to make sure that you can get in contact with those people. So even outside of the Amazon platform, and they definitely do not want you to be able to do that. But the third point, and the secret point of today, is don't email from your personal email. You need to invest in a high quality email service. I highly recommend and use personally ActiveCampaign. If you look below in the description, you can see my affiliate link for ActiveCampaign. They are the email service that allows all sorts of automations and tracking of what's going on and graphs and illustrations and all sorts of metrics, so that if a person does this, then it'll send an email here. If a person does that, it'll send them there, so that we're sending emails to the right people at the right time to ensure the best sales. So when you're getting started with your self-publishing business, you want to invest in an email marketing service, and you should definitely go with ActiveCampaign. And just check out the link below. That will also help my channel out as well, so that I'm able to continue to produce videos like this very one. But that's the one that I go for. It takes a little bit of time to learn, but it's definitely worth the investment. And they are the cheapest and most reliable of the email marketing services that you will have. If you send it out from your own email, you will be blocked by Google, and other services will block you. Whereas these specific services like ActiveCampaign, they are clean as a whistle. They get rid of all spam, so that they're sure that their emails have the highest delivery rate, as opposed to ending in the spam folder. For most people, they're going to end up right in their inbox. People are going to see your email, they're going to read your email, and we're going to go from there, where you can start seeing your sales and building your email list as you have new reviewers and all of these things that you get all sorts of opportunities. I also go back and forth with people. If you're on my email list, go ahead and email me. We can go back and forth as well on email, even though I do prefer going back and forth on YouTube. Or if you want one-on-one, you can always hire me as a coach, as you see below in the description, as many of you have been taking the opportunity to do, and I appreciate your as my customers and clients for this particular channel. It's been very fun. I really enjoy self-publishing. Is one of my favorite things, and I love nothing more than discuss your problems with you and to come to solutions that work for you. But my question for you today is, have you started building an email list? If you have, I want to know, write yes below in the comments, and maybe even who you've chosen to go with. And if not, write no below in the comments, and check out above me here for more video answers to your self-publishing questions. Thanks.